sitting quietly, doing nothing. Spring comes and the flowers bloom. Nature doesn't hurry, and yet everything is done in perfect timing. It's almost when we hurry that we are basically saying there's not enough. There's not enough time. I'm behind. I mean, in a way, man, think of the message you're sending out to the universe when you behave in a hurry, right? I mean, sometimes you are behind in terms of clock and you are late for work and you are late for your appointment. But I'm not talking about that. I'm more just talking about the habitual way society tends to act and tends to carry itself in this modern world. It's a persistent kind of a sentiment of there's not enough time. I got to get there quicker. I don't know where I'm going, but I need to get there now. And it's just something I think about. Why is that? Are we basically saying that the future is more important than the present when we are rushing to get somewhere in the future? And that's not the way of nature. I don't believe that's the way we are meant to live. Nature doesn't force things. Nature doesn't hurry. And the seasons come, the flowers bloom. Without a rush. So I feel that the symptom of hurry in this, I think it's coming from a deeper sense of our disconnection to nature, I think. The fact that we spend so much time in our man-made bubbles, in our mind-made civilization where everything around us is man-made. Everything around us has been processed through the mind. The concrete sidewalks, the street signs, the street lights, the cameras, the cars, the buildings. You know, an interesting thing is that they say that right angles don't really exist in nature. But in our society, everything we build is like right angled. That's an interesting thing. I don't know. It's almost like we don't create from the frequency of nature. We don't create, we create for efficiency, it seems like. We create for expediency and, the cheapest way to do things. We don't really necessarily, a lot of times in our society, think about the appearance of things or the way that the appearance of things affects people, We just build the cheapest buildings. We just build the cheapest neighborhoods. We don't think about how the lack of beauty or the lack of, creativity in these structures really affects people around them. That's why when people go to Europe and they see these cool old buildings, it inspires this sense of awe in them, Because they're like, wow, look at the thing that people created. Look at this amazing building. Look at this amazing, castle and it inspires a sense of inspiration in people. Like, wow, we can do things like that. And I think it has the opposite effect when we live in a society where it's like things are just made to be quick and cheap and easy, because it's about money. And I don't know where I was going with that, but I think that's an interesting thing. Like, the further that we get away from our roots and the more alien we behave towards the earth, I think the less happy we are and the less we are truly thriving in life. It's like we're going nowhere fast a lot of times, it feels like to me. I don't know where I'm going, but I just want to get there as fast as possible. But do you ever really get there? you get somewhere and then it's on to the next, right? That's kind of how society and civilization seems to me. We're never in any one place long enough to truly soak it in and enjoy it and appreciate it. And I shouldn't speak for everyone, but that's the way I feel, you know? And it bothers me a lot. Because I think that there is a satisfaction and a contentment that you can truly find only when you slow down enough. And we're not constantly looking, we're not constantly seeking satisfaction from some material object or status in society. There's a certain contentment and fulfillment that you can only find within yourself. Society can't give it to you. And you have to look for it. You have to question where it is and seek and listen. Look within yourself. I just feel like our society is so conditioned to look outside of ourselves for what we really already have. And I know people hear that all the time, but it's true. We are habitually searching for something that we already have the whole time. And the world can't give you it. The world can't give you peace. The world cannot give you worth if you don't feel these inside, if you don't have this inside. So I pray for the world that we can slow down. But it's up to every single individual to make that intention and that effort. Much love.